Hello learning designers. In this video I'm going to provide an overview of the expectations for Learning Task 1. Learning Task 1 is about your engagement in a knowledge building community. As a teacher, you're going to have the opportunity to work as a member of a professional team to build knowledge and work collaboratively for your students. We're going to model that process in our course together, and throughout you're going to reflect on how you're engaging as a co-designer of learning. And Learning Task 1 is going to be a place for you to both reflect on that and ultimately receive summative assessment on your engagement in our community. Scrolling through, you'll see that there's 3 defined dates for deliverables associated with this assignment: September 20th, October 11th, and November 1st. I'm just going to jump to the Learning Designers Project website to get more specific about these deliverables. The reflections on the 20th and 11th are going to follow the same format. All throughout the course, you're going to be prompted to reflect on your engagement as a member of our community. That reflection is going to be guided by your choice of 4 design mindsets from IDEO. In the first week, you will be prompted to select 4 of the following mindsets that I'm mousing over right now from the international design firm IDEO. You'll pick 4 of these that you want to pay attention to, and each week you'll be given prompting to reflect and collect evidence on how you've been practicing and working on those mindsets in our community. That's going to involve how you engage in D2L, how you engage in Adobe Connect, how you engage with your peers in your studio group and critical friend group, and the other asynchronous work that you'll be doing towards creating deliverables with your teams. On the 20th and 11th, you'll be asked to look across those ongoing reflections and provide me with some insight into how you have been working as a member of our community. You're going to use a media of your choice. Key to this is going to be picking something that you're comfortable with. So whether that's doing it via text, whether it's audio over imagery, as I'm doing right now, video, some other format, the media is meant to be something that's going to allow you to reflect and to explain your thinking around working like a designer. You may draw from evidence from things that you've done, but it's not about making a case of excellence, but rather for you to show how you're working as a learner, as that's the key in this task. So it's both things that you feel proud of and things that you want to continue to focus on. If you look at the rubric for Learning Task 1, these 2 reflections are primarily going to give insight into this row, co-designing interdisciplinary learning in a knowledge building community. I will also provide you with some specific prompts for those reflections. Another component to this part of Learning Task 1 is the designer statement that's due at the end of our course on October 31st. The designer statement is an opportunity for you to articulate your vision of the design of learning. This is a chance for you to explain to me the rationale behind your thinking and your vision of interdisciplinary design. But more than explain to me, this is scaffolding for you to prepare to be able to pitch to potential employers, your partner teacher in your practicum, and then beyond your students, parents, administrators, and colleagues. I believe that a very important part of being a professional is being able to articulate the mindfulness and the theory behind your design work and behind the teaching in your classroom. This is a chance to build that capacity. Certainly in your application packages for school boards, you will be asked for a philosophy of education. Hopefully this designer statement is scaffolding directly for that. I've created a exemplar or prototype of a designer statement for myself that you can look at as one frame of reference. We're also going to be working more closely with this component of Learning Task 1 when we get to the last weeks of our course. You'll receive some opportunity to ask more questions and do a draft of your designer statement. The last thing I want to emphasize is that my assessment practice requires me to look across a range of evidence for my understanding of your learning. So I'm going to draw from the reflections that you provide for me, which in a sense are a type of conversation. I'm going to look at that designer statement, which is a product, and I'm also going to observe how you're engaging in your posts on D2L, how you're engaging in Adobe Connect, how you fill in your project management tool, and the feedback that I get regarding how you're engaging as a member of a group. So I'll look across that range of evidence in order to use this rubric to provide you with summative assessment. Ultimately, what I'm looking for in this Learning Task 1 is for you to authentically engage as a learner in a community, working to understand interdisciplinary design and build your capacity as a designer. And it'll be a holistic view of the work that you've done that'll be the final decision on how you are assessed in this task. If I'm imagining that you will continue to have questions, as this is an ongoing set of deliverables throughout our course, so please feel free to ask those questions in our Ask Josh forum or directly with me in Adobe Connect or via email or on a personal meeting if need be. Look forward to pouring more meaning into this assignment as we move throughout our semester.